Administration on Wednesday warned consumers not to use allegedly ecstasy-like over-the-counter herbal concoctions that contain the drug ephedrine, at least not if they have any important plans for the near future. FDA Commissioner David Kessler says his office has compiled several hundred cases of what he called adverse effects from the drug, the most adverse being death, which has been the result in 15 cases to date. The FDA didn't cite any brand names, but Kessler says he intensified the agency's inquiries into ephedrine-based compounds after speaking with the parents of Peter Schlendorf, the 20-year-old Long Island college student who recently died after taking an overdose of one such product called Ultimate Exphoria. Not applauding the FDA warning are the makers of herbal ecstasy, who contend that the FDA has lumped in deaths and injuries from pharmaceutical-grade ephedrine along with statistics on botanicals. In any event, the herbal ecstasy people point out that their product, which they say has never had any reported adverse effects on anyone, no longer contains ephedrine. Instead, it's now being made with something called tavakava, an herb from Fiji. Both the FDA and the herbal ecstasy company have set up consumer hotlines for those with questions about these drugs that purport to deliver a legal high. This is the FDA number, and for those with specific questions for the herbal ecstasy company, this is the number to call. One-time pop rap star Marky Mark continues his so far well-received acting career as Mark Wahlberg in a new thriller called Fear, in which he plays the boyfriend of a mild-mannered young woman played by Reese Witherspoon, who becomes a terrifying boyfriend from hell after she breaks up with him. Why would any girl be attracted to a guy like this in the first place? Well, here's Wahlberg's theory.
I think because he's a good liar and he acts nice, you know. I mean, but at the same time, I think that the whole thing with the character is he was genuinely nice. I mean, he may have had a creepy past, but he actually liked her, you know, and loved her. But I mean, it doesn't make him a good person, doesn't make it right for what he did, you know. I mean, he's still running around with other women and, you know, manhandling them. And then when he realizes that he's jeopardized what he really wants, he just decides to do whatever by any means necessary to get what he wants. It all could have been different, Mr. Walker. You should have allowed nature to take its course. In the end, it will anyway. So let me in the house!
Wahlberg just wrapped up another film called Traveler with the estimable Bill Paxton and ER's Juliana Margulies, and his elder brother, one-time new kid Donnie Wahlberg, is now working on the Ron Howard thriller Ransom with Mel Gibson, which is due out in July. Another former new kid on the block, Joey McIntyre, will make his screen debut this summer in the film version of the primordial Broadway hit The Fantastics. And finally, a 7-year-old California girl named Jessica Dubroff, after 5 months of flying lessons and accompanied by her father and her flight instructor, died on Thursday, 1 day into her attempt to set a record as the youngest pilot to fly a coast-to-coast round trip. Dubroff took off Wednesday from Half Moon Bay, California, then on Thursday took off in a thunderstorm near Cheyenne, Wyoming, and with the 7-year-old at the wheel, promptly crashed, killing all aboard. That's the news for now. Do try to catch the Week in Rock this weekend at these times, and we'll be back with more news later here on MTV.
MTV News. You hear it first.
From the mind of Clive Barker, the man who gave us Candyman and Hellraiser, comes the most terrifying story of all.
Are you ready for my wisdom?
Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions, rated R.